Hello everyone, welcome! In this short video, we are going to learn cluster sampling. What is cluster sampling? Cluster sampling is a probability sampling technique that is commonly employed to study large populations that are geographically dispersed. In a cluster sampling technique, multiple clusters of people from the target population are created. The clusters created must have a similar distribution of characteristics as the distribution of the population as a whole. What are the necessary steps in doing a cluster sampling? First, define your target population. Similar with the other sampling techniques, you need to identify clearly your target population. Second, divide your sample into clusters. This is a highly significant process in doing a cluster sampling. The clusters created must have a similar distribution of characteristics as the distribution of the population as a whole. Third, you need to randomly select clusters as your samples. And lastly, collect data from your chosen samples. Suppose you are interested to determine the average scientific skills of grade 6 students in your city. Technically, it would be very difficult for a researcher to obtain a list of all grade 6 students and employ simple random sampling across students in the city. But practically, you may obtain a list of schools in your city and collect data from a subset of this. In our scenario, we may cluster the students according to the school where they attend. Suppose we have School A, School B, School C, Schools D, E, and F. From there, we need to randomly select cluster as our samples. Suppose we randomly picked School A, School F, and School D. But remember, in picking our clusters, we need to consider our desired sample size. From these three sample schools, you compute your required sample size using a sample size calculator. In this video, we learn cluster sampling.